Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Quantum Guide Show. This is episode 143, and the guest I had scheduled became ill last minute and had to cancel. So I'm going to fill in and do a presentation. I'm going to tell you all about orgone generators, who discovered them, how do they work, what good are they, how can they benefit people. Everything you ever wanted to know about orgone is going to be in this presentation today. Now, I just want to mention that I have a kitty cat here who's making a bit of background noise. So if you hear a bit of meowing and strange noises, that would be him. He's a stray. About 3 weeks ago, he was taken in by a neighbor of mine, but she has big dogs and he was not very comfortable there. And so I offered to foster him. He was so skinny and so cold. Here in Red Deer, Alberta, where I live, we're really into winter with sub-zero weather at night. And he was starving and he was in sad shape. So I said I would take him, and I've been fattening him up, and he's doing pretty good. And I've decided to keep him. So he's going to go to the vet and he's going to get fixed and he's going to get his shots, and I'm going to have him to be my boy. So I just wanted you to know he is still adjusting, and he can be quite noisy and distracting at times. Oh, he just jumped up on my side table. So anyway, hopefully, yes, I know. Hopefully I can get through this presentation. No, you're not jumping up here. No, get down, little stinker. Okay, sorry about that, folks. So, so I've got a presentation, and so I'm going to go into the screen share. I actually already did this presentation and I forgot to screen share it, so I had to redo it. So here we are redoing the screen share. So you might be wondering, how was orgone discovered? What's that all about? What are the origins of orgone energy? There's a picture here of a man by the name of Wilhelm Reich. He was kind of a contemporary of Einstein and Freud and Tesla. And all of these people made amazing contributions, but some of them were more liked by the powers that be than others. And because of that, he ended up going more the way of Tesla. Actually, a little worse even than Tesla. He was ostracized and persecuted by the FDA, the Federal Drug Administration in the United States. And he was put into prison, and all of his research was confiscated and destroyed. And he ended up dying around the time he got out of prison. So it's kind of sad, but his contribution lives on today. And so orgone energy was originally proposed in the 1930s by Wilhelm Reich and developed by Reich's student Charles Kelly after Reich's death in 1957. Orgone was conceived as the anti-entropic principle of the universe, a creative substratum in all of nature. Wilhelm Reich believed that traumatic experiences block the natural flow of life energy in the body, leading to physical and mental disease. Wilhelm Reich concluded that the libidinal energy that Freud discussed was the primordial energy of life itself, connected to more than just sexuality. Orgone was everywhere, and Reich measured this energy in motion over the surface of the earth. He even determined that its motion affected weather information. So some of you may be familiar with the use of orgone generators to help improve the weather and weather patterns, bring rain where there's drought and things like that. During the time that Wilhelm Reich was alive, there was not a lot of problem with electromagnetic frequencies like there are today. But I'll get into that a little bit later on. It still has an amazing effect, a transmutation effect on these negative energies that affect our health and our daily lives. In 1940, Wilhelm Reich constructed the first device to accumulate orgone energy, a six-sided box constructed of alternating layers of organic materials to attract the energy and metallic materials to radiate the energy towards the center of the box. Patients would sit inside the accumulator and absorb orgone energy through their skin and their lungs. The accumulator had a healthy effect on blood and body tissue by improving the flow of life energy and by releasing energy blocks. So he had great success with his orgone accumulators. And of course, like I mentioned, the FDA shut him down quick and put him in jail. They confiscated all his work. They burned all his books and his papers. And his health deteriorated while he was in prison, and he died, sadly. However, in the 1960s, organic resin was discovered, and now we had a way of making orgone accumulators and orgone generators in a more compact size that are much easier and more enjoyable to use. So I'll be getting into that during this presentation. So when crystals are combined with metals and organic resin, they become electrically polarized. This causes a piezoelectric effect, which greatly increases the influence and the cleansing properties of the crystals. So I'm sure many of you are familiar with crystals, and many of you have crystals. I have many. I love them very much. And this is a way to actually boost their potential. So most crystals are what they call piezoelectric, especially all the ones in the quartz family. And so this is a sort of cutaway diagram that shows a piece of quartz and a mix of organic resin and metal shavings. And it absorbs the negative energy through the bottom, and it retunes it. So orgone generators don't block electromagnetic frequencies. They retune it into positive healing orgone. And that's why they are so loved and so special and so good for your health. Here's a technical diagram of how the piezoelectric effect works within a quartz. You'll notice on the left-hand side, when there's no stress put on the crystal, it does have a silicon atom. It does have silicon atoms and oxygen atoms, but when they're under tension or there's a pulling pressure on the crystal, they start to produce and transmit negative and positive ions. And when they're under compression, like they are in the orgone generators, they also produce these amazing positive and negative ions and energy, like actual electricity. And that's what draws the orgone through the center of the crystal and disperses it throughout the crystal and then out into the surrounding area. By the way, I have the sun shining on my green screen, so it's a bit of a mess behind me. I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that, but I'm just going to continue with the presentation. So that's the piezoelectric effect in quartz. So orgone energy accumulation can also be described in etheric terms, as well as physical and scientific. The resin is comprised of 5 organic compounds and contains feminine traits, sticky and receptive. It is an excellent insulator of electricity, a collector of the unseen. This container is the yin or the feminine energy of the balancing. And there's a diagram showing it as it's working. So piezoelectric effect created by blending certain minerals such as quartz, tourmaline, kyanite, zinc with a resin that shrinks when it's cured. When crystals are squeezed, they send off an electrical charge. This created electrical charge output is the yang or the masculine energy of the balancing. That's why they work so beautifully. Here is an image of a pyramid. Now, the word pyramid means fire in the middle. Just the structural design of a pyramid absorbs energy through the base, concentrates it at the halfway point, concentrates it again at the tip before dispersing the energy out the top. And that's why so many orgone generators are made in the pyramid shape. It's the perfect companion for the crystals that are contained within, that are producing the electrical energy, drawing out the orgone energy, and the shape of the pyramid is concentrating it before shooting it out the top. And that's why people often keep these pyramid-shaped orgone generators near their technology. Sometimes they place them under the bed so that they're bathed in that beautiful, healing, concentrated orgone energy while they sleep. Zendome's orgone generators, that's the name of my brand of orgone generators. They absorb ambient energy and retune it into the frequency of the crystals that are contained within. These diagrams show how energy is absorbed and distributed by a pyramid-shaped orgone generator. But even other shapes work in a similar fashion. All Zendome's orgonites work in a similar fashion. They all transmute and amplify energy. And here's some different images showing the energy being drawn in the base and coming out the top as it's being concentrated. Here's another image of a pyramid shape. I believe this is an actual pyramid, but it shows the energy being drawn in the base, concentrated in the middle, and being dispersed out the top. And here's another image showing the energy being drawn in the base. I believe this again is one of the actual pyramids in Egypt, and how it's affecting the whole surrounding environment. Gives you a good idea of how orgone generators work when they're in the pyramid form. Next, I want to draw your attention to the chakras, because your chakras are very important for you to build your health, maintain your health, but also many other things as well. And I'll just quickly run through them for those of you who are not familiar. So your base chakra, represented in red, governs survival. That's called your root chakra. Next up is orange, and that's your sacral chakra, which governs your sexuality. Next is your yellow chakra, called the navel chakra, or sometimes called the solar plexus. That is the source of your power. Up from there is the green chakra, which governs love. That's your heart chakra. And above that is your blue chakra, or your throat chakra, which governs communication. Above that, we have the brow chakra, also known as the third eye chakra, which is represented by indigo, and it governs your intuition. And on the top of your head, you have your crown chakra, which is often represented by violet, or sometimes clear or white, which governs your spirituality. Now, your chakras are actually wheels. What they do is they spin, of course, on an etheric level, not on a physical level, and they draw in etheric energy into the body, including orgone, and they disperse it within the body. And so that's why taking good care of your chakras is so important. Now, this next chart shows how the different crystals also correspond to the different chakras. And that's why I have so many different kinds of orgone generators that feature all kinds of crystals and in different combinations to help you to basically activate and care for your chakras, to keep them open and absorbing energy, so that you can maintain your health and your spirituality and even your psychology. So at the bottom, the red, or the root chakra, things like red coral, mahogany, black obsidian, bloodstone, black tourmaline, red jasper, they all help to support the root chakra system. Next, we have the sacral chakra, which is supported by orange crystals like carnelian, garnet, golden tiger's eye, orange calcite. They help to support the sacral chakra. And then up from there, we have the solar plexus chakra. That's supported by yellow crystals. I know it's quite an amazing how these correspondences are so right on to help us to heal. They really make it easy for us to choose the right item that we need to help support us. And so I often use citrine, or I use yellow aventurine in my orgone generators to help support the solar plexus. Then up from there, we've got the heart chakra, which is very important for balancing the body and the mind and for healing. And interestingly, both pink and green correspond to the heart chakra. So rose quartz and rhodonite are very, very beneficial. Also green agate, amazonite, green malachite, I use that a lot. They all help to support the heart chakra. Next up, we have the throat chakra. So then we're looking at blue crystals, turquoise, blue lace agate, aquamarine, blue howlite, kyanite. Those crystals all help to support the throat chakra. Then there's the third eye chakra, which is supported by sodalite, lapis lazuli, azurite, sapphire, and different darker blue crystals. And then, of course, the crown chakra is supported by clear quartz, moonstone, and then all the violet-colored crystals like amethyst, labradorite, and amethyst quartz. And so that is why I have the different kinds of orgone generators. They all have different colored crystals that help to support different areas of the body. So when this energy is being drawn up from the base, it's being retuned, it's being electrically charged, it's being bathed in orgone, which is a healing energy, and the quality of the orgone generator is also producing the kind of energy we need to support our chakra systems. Here's another chart that shows the chakra frequency color chart. So the colors that we've assigned to the chakras actually produce measurable frequencies on the color light spectrum. And so their wavelengths or their oscillations within the wavelengths are really quite different, and they correspond perfectly with the different crystals that I've already described that also correspond to the different chakras. So you'll notice that the root chakra has a much less, very long wave pattern, which with much less oscillations. And as we go up towards the crown chakra, there becomes shorter wave function and more frequent oscillations in the frequency. And again, these frequencies are absolutely measurable, and we know they exist and that they are a real thing, even though we can't taste them or hear them or touch them or see them. We know by their color what they're doing for us. So here's another chart, and I'll start at the bottom with the root chakra, which is represented by the color red. Again, red jasper is often what I use for orgone generators to support the root chakra. It's found at the base of the spine. Its function is survival, stability, and security. And the physical areas of the body that it also supports are our bones, our bladder, our elimination system, our legs, and our feet. So, for instance, there's also correspondences to the different signs of the horoscope or the zodiac. I myself am Aquarius, and so I often need root support because that also supports the legs and feet, which is the legs are important to support if you are an Aquarian. But that's a little bit beyond the scope of this presentation today, but it gives you another direction if you want to go on and do more research. Now, the root chakra must be fully activated before we can fully activate the sacral, which is the orange chakra found just below the navel. And its function is to help govern emotionality, sexuality, and creativity. So if you could use a creative boost, or you could use a bit of a boost in your mood, you may need some orange calcite or orange aventurine in your orgone generators to help support that. And then physically, the chakra also supports your reproductive system, your sexual organs, your circulatory system. So you can see there's a direct relationship between our physical health, our function, and the different chakras. Now, once we've opened the root and the sacral, then we can open more fully the solar plexus. Obviously, our chakras are open and working, but how well they're working will determine the level of health and personal satisfaction and spirituality we're able to achieve while we're here on Earth. So the yellow chakra is found just above the navel, and it helps to, the function is energy distribution, personal power, and motivation. And so I've got to tell you, that is also where we often feel anger, is in the solar plexus. And anger is not something to turn away from. We have it as an emotion to use for us. And it really helps us, if we get good and mad about something, to produce the energy we need to come into our personal power, and also to motivate us to perhaps do things a bit differently. And the related areas are the muscular system, the digestive system, the liver, the stomach, and the adrenal glands. So if you're having issues with your digestive system, you may need orgone generators that help to support the solar plexus. Often I use, like I said, citrine or yellow aventurine are very, very good for that. Then there's the heart chakra, which is usually illustrated with the color green or pink. It's located in the center of the chest. Its function is to help us with compassion, love, harmony, and the related area that it supports are the heart, the lungs, the arms, and the hands. And this is also the healing center of the body. Very, very important. And again, we need to open and activate the root chakra before the sacral can open fully. That needs to open fully before the solar plexus can open fully. That needs to happen before the heart can open fully. And then we go and open the throat chakra, represented by blue. It's found in the throat. Its function is communication, self-expression, and a desire for truth, especially our own truth, which is so important to express today. The related areas are our throat, neck, shoulders, respiratory system, and thyroid. So this is a really, really important chakra to have fully activated, especially during cold and flu season. So you may want to choose an orgone generator that helps you with that. Then there's the third eye, which is represented by indigo. It's found at the center of the forehead. Its function is intuition, perception, and wisdom. And it governs the forehead and temples, eyes, and the pineal gland. And for those of you who know about the pineal gland, it's absolutely essential to heal and have healthy and activated our pineal gland in order to be able to express our higher consciousness, our sixth sense, all of that kind of good stuff. And once that's open and spinning freely, we can then completely open the crown chakra, which is represented by purple or white. It's found at the top of the head. Its function is enlightenment, divine wisdom, and consciousness. The related areas are the entire mind and body, brain, pituitary gland, and our nervous system. So those are the different correspondences. So you can see how the physical, as well as emotional and our life purpose, is all tied in to our different chakras. And this is from the Ayurvedic method of healing and tradition. Once we have those open, we're going to move now to see an image that's from the traditional Chinese medicine system, where they treat the meridians or the energy centers within the body. So the energy comes in through the chakra system and is dispersed throughout the body through the meridian system, which is found through traditional Chinese medicine. So those of you who are familiar with acupuncture or acupressure or the different traditional Chinese medicine healing techniques will know that that's a real thing. It's been measured, documented, and used for thousands of years to heal people. So the energy flows in the chakras, it travels throughout the meridians. Here's an image of the 12 main meridians with the related organs. And this again shows you how that energy that's taken in travels throughout the body to support our different systems. Everything from our liver, our lungs, our big toe, our little finger, our kidneys, all our body is governed by these energy centers, and our healing can be enhanced by activating these healing centers. So this again is traditional Chinese medicine. You may want to do more research on that. So the energy enters the body through the chakras and is dispersed throughout the body and does its healing and enhancing through the meridian system. You might remember Dr. Emoto. Unfortunately, he has passed away, but he did some amazing work. On the left, you'll see at the bottom two kind of ugly images. One is water that's been exposed to heavy metal, and the other is water that was exposed to toxic waste. And then they were treated with positive words like gratitude and positive emotion, and it restructured the water into more healthful and healing shapes that actually, again, enhance our healing and our well-being. He also used music. The top two images, one is Imagine by John Lennon, and the other one is from playing Mozart to restructure the water. So our bodies are mostly made up of water. So orgone generators also emit frequencies, much like words like gratitude and beautiful music, that help to heal the body by restructuring the water within our bodies. So this is another reason and way that the orgone generators help us in our daily lives. So getting back to artificial or technical fields, electrical and electromagnetic fields, which is referred to as electrosmog, and it comes from satellites, cell phone waves, radar, radio, some currents that are actually found in the earth, underground 60 hertz cables, high tension lines were surrounded by it. And there's also corded and cordless devices, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, but even your toaster that's plugged into the wall in your refrigerator, they all emit this electromagnetic smog that is not good for our bodies, and we're inundated by it. And so this is another reason why we need orgone generators, because they will absorb this negative energy and transmute it into beautiful, positive, healing energy so that we could start feeling better fast. So I've talked a bit about the pyramid orgone generators, but I have other orgone generators in various shapes for different uses. These images are of the chakra disc set that I have, still a few left on my website, maybe 4 or 5 sets left. And that's a complete set, one for each of your chakra systems. These are fantastic for placing under your mattress, arranged in such a way that they would correspond to where your different chakras would be while you're sleeping. But you can also use them in your bath water. You can to restructure your bath water. You can carry them in your bra if you wear one, or in your pocket, to help to transmute negative energy and to help support the different systems of your body. And then here are some of the other types of orgone generators. This is only a small portion of what's available on my website. So I recommend you go to my website and check out my shop and see all the different amazing orgone generators I have there. So along the top, I have some pendants. I have an angel pendant that has clear quartz. I have the Hamsa pendant, which has the Hamsa symbol, which is a protection symbol, along with amethyst. In the center, I have a different crystal for each chakra. That's the Tree of Life pendant. Then I have another pendant with the beautiful Flower of Life symbol on it. And that one has black tourmaline and selenite, which is a very good protection pendant. And then I have another one that's got rhodonite and one of the healing symbols from the alternative healing communities that is very popular as well. Down at the bottom right, there's two more pendants. There is the chakra flat pendant that is very nice for someone who doesn't like a lot of bulky jewelry. It's got one crystal for each of the chakras. And then there is the largest of the pendants shown below that has the, oh gosh, I'm sorry, my mind just went blank, has the beautiful Merkaba symbol on it. And it also has one crystal for each of the chakras, so it helps to support all your chakras. This is a very good pendant to wear if you're going to spend a lot of time, in front of the computer or some other electromagnetic producing device. Over on the left-hand side, I have some an example of the shungite discs, and they have also the double Merkaba symbol. They have it's another form of the double Merkaba symbol. It has a layer of shungite. It has a nice layer of copper down the center, and then it has crystal shards on the other side, along with an amplifying spiral. These are very good to take into the bath with you, or you might want to use them, as a personal protection device. You can sleep with it. You can put it under your pillow. There's so many things you can do with them, and they're just beautiful, but they also really make you feel super grounded. Shungite is very good at absorbing electromagnetic frequencies, and the different crystals I use in these power discs are all in the quartz family, so they're very powerful for transmuting that negative energy. In the center, I've got a collection of angel-shaped orgone generators. And of course, I have one in each of that supports each of the 7 chakras. And I sell them separately, but also as a set. And if you buy the whole set, you basically get one free. And below that, I've got the collection of butterflies, which are very beautiful and put together in all different combinations for cleansing and protecting and inspiring and for healing. And what I want to say about the discs and the power discs, the other discs that you saw in the previous image, and the butterflies, they're ideal for taking into the bath. Now, I'm sure you've heard a lot about grounding and how important grounding is to the physical body. But did you know that when the weather is lousy, like it is here, well, I shouldn't say lousy, but definitely cold and snowy, there's no way we're going to be going out and running barefoot in Red Deer, Alberta. But we can run a hot, salty bath. So what I do is I run a nice hot bath, and I add Epsom salts, and I also add sea salt to the water and essential oils. And what that does is it makes it so that we're super grounded while we're in the water. You see, the plumbing, when we're in the bathtub, our plumbing is grounded. All the electrical sockets in your home are grounded through the plumbing system. So when we're in a salty bath, we're very grounded to the earth, and it does the same thing as spending time outside being barefoot. And then the crystals and the essential oils, the crystals in the orgone generators produce their frequencies, and that helps to restructure the water. So you're actually creating a very healing environment for yourself when you do this. And so you're not likely to want to take a pyramid into the bath with you. It's all sharp and pointy, and you wouldn't want to chip it or break it. And so there are these different flatter devices that you can safely take into the bath. I do it all the time, and they produce amazing, amazing results. So that's why I've come up with the discs, and also why I've come up with the discs and the butterflies. And the butterflies you can also use, put one in your pocket or in your purse or in your backpack or have nearby. And they're beautiful to add to plants. Your plants will love orgone generators. I've healed so many plants. And I had a dear friend of mine who used to graft different kinds of trees together. So she'd have an apple tree that could produce 3 or 4 different kinds of apples. And she always healed the grafts with one of my orgone generators. Worked really, really well. And at the bottom left-hand corner here, I've got what I call my palm and body orgone generators. They're very comfortable to sleep with. If you roll over on them, they don't hurt. They're much larger than the discs, and they're ideal for gentle massage and for gently self-soothing. There's one that's in hematite. Hematite is very well known for wicking away pain and is very grounding. So everything from a headache to a muscle ache, I will gently massage with one of these palm and body orgone generators. And after this presentation, I'll actually show you a few of them so that you can get an idea of the size. That is, if my green screen isn't acting up from the direct sunlight. Anyway, so these are available in amethyst, aquamarine, citrine, rose quartz, and hematite, as I mentioned. So I want you to know that the only place you can find my orgone generators is from my website. So the name Zendome's Orgonite or Zendome's Orgone Generators is my brand. When I first started out, before I had my website, I was selling my orgone generators on Etsy. And after a while, I stopped selling them on Etsy and I started selling them at my shop on my website. And unfortunately, Etsy stole my brand name, and I do not have the resources to hire a lawyer and go after them to correct the situation, but they're using it for a category name. So if you're going into a search engine and you type in Zendome's Orgonite or orgone generators, you'll probably end up with all the different orgone generators that are available on Etsy, but they're not mine, and I make no profit whatsoever from them. Now, I need to sell my orgone generators for a couple of reasons. One is to help you personally, but also to help support the work that I do, because my website is there to inspire and help other people, the same as the Quantum Guide Show and my YouTube channel, Karen Holton TV, and my podcast, the Quantum Guide Show with Karen Holton, found on all audio podcasts and on Spreaker, and also to help me to produce another show called Aliens and Angels, where I interview people with real life experiences. So please do go to my website and check out my orgone generators. My website, for those of you who are on audio only, please do come over and watch the video so that you can take advantage of the images in this presentation. But for those of you who are listening to this on audio, my website is www.KarenHoltonHealthCoach.com. That's KarenHolton healthcoach.com, and check out my beautiful orgone generators. This is a small pyramid pyramids that you can buy individually or as a set, and they are just wonderful for supporting all of your chakras. and I think you would like them very much. So that's it for my my screen share. Oh yeah, my screen is acting up. Sorry about that. So folks, please feel free to, if you have any questions, to drop them in the comments section, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. But I also have a playlist under on my YouTube channel called Zendome's Orgonite, and you can click on that and watch all kinds of videos on everything you ever wanted to know about orgone generators. They're available. All the information is available both. Sorry about that. I don't know what to do about my green screen. It's just awful. Let me see if I take the green screen off, if that might help. I'm going to try that. I don't know how to shut it off. Oh, I know how. Okay, here. Let's see if that's any better. Oh, now it looks like I'm completely in the dark. No, I got to go this way. Oh dear. Okay, well, I guess that's as good as it gets. I guess it isn't going to matter if I have my green screen on or not. But anyway, I'm going to show you some of my orgone generators as best I can here. So this is the size of the large pyramids, and it's a nice size. I'm trying to get it in the light. This one has a flower of life. It's black tourmaline, and it's got a crystal point. There, now you can see it. Crystal point in the top. It's wrapped with copper wire. It's got copper all along the top, and it's got the flower of life symbol. There you go. And this is an example of one of my small pyramids. And this has the seed of life, or the double Merkaba. And it is made out of peridot. It's beautiful. And it also has a clear point crystal in the top that's wrapped with copper wire. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. But it's still a pretty good size. Yeah, it's a pretty good size. So that's that one. I want to show you another large one. This one's really pretty. This is black tourmaline halfway up, and then amethyst at the top. So this is a layered orgone generator. There, that's coming through a little clearer now. This one has the amethyst instead of a clear point at the top. It's got the beautiful symbol on the top. This one's very, very good for cleansing and for enhancing your spirituality. This is one of the smaller pyramids. It's still pretty good size. It's got a layer of all the different crystals to support the chakras, the flower of life on the top, and the clear quartz crystal point at the top. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing up so good. Sorry, folks. But anyway, it gives you an idea of the size. And then if you want to look at it in detail, go to my website, because there's all the beautiful images. This one here is actually quartz that's been dyed this beautiful, beautiful throat chakra blue. There we go. And it has the clear quartz point at the top also. It's very, very, very pretty. And then, of course, I've got a line of shungite pyramids. All the ones with the clear crystal point are gone, but this is solid shungite. This is a really good for absorbing those negative energies and that magnetic smog. On the back, there is a spiral, an amplifying spiral, and on the front is the double Merkaba. This is the small one. So the large one, of course, is quite a bit bigger, larger. That's why it's called large. Okay, and then I want to show you the power discs. Oh, nuts. I don't know what to do about the sun. I can't seem to do anything about it. Let's see. There you go. So there's the double Merkaba, and you can see from my hand about how big it is. It's very, 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 very comfortable. You could sleep with these, and again, you can put them in your bath. Then in the center, there is a layer of copper, and then on the back, there is some kind of quartz. This particular one has citrine and an amplifying symbol, an amplifier, a copper amplifier on the back. So that's what the power discs look like for size. Here's another power disc. This one here it looks almost the same. It's got the shungite. It's got the layer of copper in the center. And then it's got, this particular one has rose quartz and the amplifying spiral on the back. If you can see that. This one also comes with citrine and clear quartz. And I have another type that's a flatter disc that's also shungite. And it just has all copper, shungite and copper, with an amplifying spiral. So this is really, really good if you're energy sensitive. And by the way, it not just protects, they not only protect against, electronic type pollution, but they also really help. I'm going to put the, no, I'm not. I'm going to show you a couple more. They also help to protect from when you're around people that have really gross energy. And it's interesting, the people will just want to withdraw and not be near you, or they won't bother you. It's absolutely uncanny how it works. Okay, so this is one of the hand and body discs. So I don't know if you can see, there's a big spiral on the front, and there's the same big spiral also on the back. And this one here is the hematite. This is the one I use for wicking away pain. It's very, very comfortable to just rub on your body, very self-soothing for any aches and pains you have or headaches. It's a really nice sized orgone generator. And it comes also in amethyst, and here it is in citrine. If you can see it. In citrine, it's got the amplifier on the front and the back. So this is a really good one for self-soothing. Maybe when I'm feeling sad, just rub it on the body. It just feels fantastic. And they're very comfortable to sleep with. Like I said, if you roll onto them, they don't hurt. There's no sharp edges. And here's one more that is rose quartz. So you could just rub a little love into your body. It's very good for you. And rose quartz also supports your heart chakra. And then, of course, there's also an amethyst one. So that's just to give you an idea of the different sizes, what they actually look like, because it's sometimes hard to tell by the image. The images will give you a really good, oh, look at that messy back screen. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to maybe rearrange the room, because in the summertime, I don't have any of this happening. But now that it's, getting into winter, the sun is much, much lower. Up in Canada, it gets dark really early in the afternoon and stays dark till late in the morning. And the sun is much, much lower. So I guess just the way it's coming in the window, I'm going to have to make an arrangement to adjust everything so that, so you're not getting all that ugly black stuff. But anyway, so that's about it for orgone generators. I hope if you have any questions, like I said, please feel free to leave them in the description. In the comment section. And all the links will be in the description box below. So please do check out my shop and see what I have, and see what you might be interested in, and help to support this channel, because, I want to keep producing by amazing content. And a lot of people have written to me and said, Karen, oh my gosh, I love your videos and you've helped me so much, or just really appreciate the work you're doing. And so if you do appreciate the work, please feel free to support my work. I'm not saying you have to, you don't. Not everybody can afford to buy, orgone generators. I know that. But if you can, it would really help me out a lot. And that's about it for the show. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. I love you so much. I love doing these shows for you. I'll keep doing it. I've got a very exciting December lineup for you, and with some panels and some exciting guests. And so I can't wait to see you again next week. And I want to send you much love to everybody out there. And thank you again for watching my show. And please share with your friends, comment, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And we'll see you next week, everybody, on the Quantum Guide Show. Bye-bye. Hi, guys. Break time for a short message. YouTube will not monetize me, so if you enjoy my content and want to support my efforts, help me to cover my expenses by visiting my shop to buy yourself a beautiful orgone generator. Zendome's Orgonite are my unique brand, and they are ethically sourced, handmade, and double charged for maximum effect. They are only available through my website, www.KarenHoltonHealthCoach.com. Many people are finding comfort with Zendome's orgone generators, commonly called orgonite. They are a simple compound which balance ambient energy by converting negative energy and EMF into positive healing energy with many easily confirmed health benefits. They are a simple compound with alchemic and energetic properties. These devices function as self-driven, continuously operating, highly efficient, negative to positive energy transmutation factories. They help diminish the harmful effects of electromagnetic frequency radiation by attracting and converting negative energies, retuning them into new and more healthful sound and light wave patterns. And they help to purify the atmosphere and accelerate plant growth. They also help stimulate positive mood and are a natural remedy for poor sleep patterns. When orgonite is within range of any corded or wireless electronic device, it will efficiently and continuously transform that energy into orgone as it is being transmitted. This essentially creates orgone energy transmitters out of any and all emitters of harmful negative energy. You can use these devices for focusing the mind, healing, meditation, and for spiritual growth. Zendome's Orgonite are my unique brand of orgone generators, and they are only available through my website. Don't be fooled by imitations. Check out my website to see my latest selection at www.KarenHoltonHealthCoach.com. That's KarenHolton healthcoach.com. Check them out today. Now, let's get back to the show. Thank you for joining me for the Quantum Guide Show. Become the change that you wish to see in the world. Subscribe to my YouTube and other channels at Karen Holton TV. Click the like button, leave me a comment, and share this podcast with your friends. Check out my website at www.KarenHoltonHealthCoach.com to see my free resources and amazing products and services. All the links will be in the description below. As part of the Forbidden Knowledge Network, you will find the Quantum Guide Show with Karen Holton and also the Aliens and Angels podcast on all audio platforms. Until next time, keep up the good work.